On one side, a submission artist who turned the UFC into his personal choke gallery. The other, an undefeated knockout machine who's bulldozed legends on his way to the top. Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria, a war between the old king and the rising emperor. Who walks out with the lightweight crown? Who walks out at all? Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira, a kid from the favelas of São Paulo who turned hardship into highlight reels. With 35 wins, 21 submissions, and more UFC finishes than anyone in history, Oliveira is a living record book. But he's more than stats, he's a style. Chaos in motion, a man who embraces the storm and survives in it. From dethroning Michael Chandler to choking out Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje, Charles reigned over the most dangerous lightweight division we've ever seen. But he's also human. Losses to Islam Makhachev and most recently to Arman Tsarukyan have reminded fans that the game evolves and even legends must adapt. Then there's Ilia Topuria. Born in Germany, molded in Georgia, sharpened in Spain, a multicultural warrior with a perfect 16-0 record. No losses, no hesitation, just forward pressure and fearsome precision. Topuria exploded into mainstream stardom by destroying Josh Emmett and then doing the unthinkable, knocking out Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway in back-to-back performances. Featherweight couldn't contain him anymore. Now he hunts for his second world title, stepping up to lightweight with a mission, but questions hang heavy. Can his power translate? Can he grapple with the best jiu-jitsu fighter the UFC has ever seen? On the feet, this fight is fireworks. Oliveira's striking has come a long way. He stunned Chandler with a perfect left hook and dropped Gaethje before sinking the choke. But Oliveira's striking is built for chaos. He thrives when things get messy. Topuria is clinical, surgical. He uses angles, feints, and footwork to trap opponents. Once inside, he launches combinations with terrifying speed. His knockouts aren't accidents, they're equations. If Charles lets Topuria dictate range and pace, it could be a short night. But if Oliveira can disrupt the rhythm, bring Topuria into the clinch, or even bait him into a scramble, everything changes. This is Oliveira's world. No one submitted more men in UFC history. His jiu-jitsu is not just technical, it's violent, opportunistic, and relentless. Whether he's on top or bottom, he's always a threat. Topuria, however, isn't a novice. He started with wrestling in Georgia, earned his black belt in jiu-jitsu, and has shown solid ground control. But he hasn't faced a ground threat like Oliveira, not even close. If the fight hits the mat, every second becomes a puzzle, and Charles is the master of solving puzzles. Oliveira brings something Topuria can't train for: experience in the fire. He's headlined pay-per-views, weathered storms, and faced adversity in nearly every form. But time waits for no one. At 35, Charles is fighting younger, faster, and hungrier lions. Topuria has the youth, the speed, and perhaps most importantly, the momentum. His cardio is held through 5-round fights. His fight IQ is only sharpened, and his confidence, unshakable. This is the classic clash: experience versus youth, veteran guile versus raw athleticism. So how does this go down? Round 1. Expect fireworks. Topuria will test Oliveira's chin. Charles will welcome the chaos. If Oliveira can drag Ilia into a scramble, he may find the neck. If Topuria stays disciplined and keeps it standing, he could end it early. By round 3, cardio becomes key. If Oliveira's still in it, he starts to drown opponents. But if Ilia's fresh, his pressure never stops. Late rounds favor Oliveira's grappling game. Early rounds favor Topuria's striking. One mistake, one transition, that's all it takes. UFC lightweight division has always been the most stacked, the most violent, the most iconic. And on June 28th, it gets a new king. If Topuria wins, he becomes one of the rare double champs in history. He silences doubters, confirms his superstardom, and ushers in a new era. If Oliveira wins, he defies Father Time, reclaims his crown, and adds another chapter to a Hall of Fame career. Either way, this fight will be talked about for years. Because it's not just a title on the line, it's legacy. 2 men, 1 belt, and 1,000 questions. Oliveira vs. Topuria is more than a fight. It's a moment in MMA history. Don't blink. Don't look away. This one could end in seconds or echo for eternity.